Good morning. Today we ramp up the defences for the city of Thaldrim. One wall, one castle at a time. Let's get to work. So welcome back to MorningCraft. We're in the city of Thaldrim, and as you can see, we're lacking quite a bit of defence. We have no walls on this side at all, and we have a few minor walls elsewhere. But really, this isn't going to be enough to defend us from anything. The castle at this point is the only hope. And so let's get to work on building some proper defences. We've got to clean up the entranceway to this castle, as it's pretty terrible. And then we've got to build a few more walls around the rest of the city. Ones like this. This one's a pretty good wall, but we're lacking quite a few of these. So let's get to work. You can see I've lined this ridge with a whole bunch of walls. And that's a pretty steep drop off the side of them. And even if you made it through, there's no way you're breaking into that castle. These are also right next to the farm, so it's pretty easy to grab a quick snack. Though I wouldn't recommend eating wheat. That'd be very dry. But these walls don't even stretch all the way along this area, and you'd probably go up the lower side anyway. So I had to extend these along to help protect the city. And while this is only one area of wall, it's going to be a pretty strong deterrent, and it gives a pretty clear demarcation of where Thaldrim ends. This is a huge city, and it seems to just go on forever, and so this wall gives a pretty definitive stopping point. It's also going to keep out the residents of this village, although it's a pretty nice village. I'm sure they're quite chill. Maybe they can stay. Who knows? But the key point of Thaldrim's defence is this castle, and it's going to need a whole bunch of work. I tried to put a little bit of a gatehouse on this castle, but as you can see, it's very unimpressive. And so I come round and fix that up by making it taller and stronger. I also gave some sheep an absolute beatdown. It was kind of fun. So you can see here our gatehouse is slowly coming together with a few extra walls around it and 2 turrets we can shoot down from. And this produces a nice little buffer zone from the edges of the castle. We've got these walls here which are pretty high, and they're going to have some iron bars between each section. This tree here is a little bit of a problem, as you could just climb up it. But you can see now these turrets are slowly coming together, and they have a nice bridge in between them. We even had this cool little bee fella come and check out the build. Didn't seem to like it, as he just flew off. But I think Thaldrim could use a few more bees. I don't know why, but I really like them. They just sort of chill. Yeah, they're like particle effects with a little bit more personality. I then added this portcullis gateway, and that's going to be the main entrance to the fort. That's going to be the point that they have to protect if they want to keep the fort safe. But now we can see the defences of Thaldrim are slowly coming together. Although that passageway is pretty undefended. Hope that's not an issue. I think the greatest defence that Thaldrim has is having such a cool cathedral. I mean, look at it in the background there. Oh, very nice. But yeah, you can see I added a roof to the turrets, and now they look even more defensible. But there's a reason we're defending all of these things. So let's go to a quick story segment to find out why.
Victor Armstrong travelled to Gronskell and asked them to meet him in Thaldrim at nightfall, with everything they had.
So in the last episode, I built some farms, and these goats were giving me some real trouble as they kept just jumping out like that. Yeah, I built the walls like 3 high since they jumped out the first time, and they're still doing it. They really are the greatest of all time. They just jump so easily. Get back in there, come on. And so I built a few more upgrades. Hopefully this will keep them in. Let me know in the comments down below, as it's a constant source of irritation. Like, goats are literally so pointless. They're just like cows, but they jump and they're inconvenient. Kind of cool to have though. What a pain. So I added a cherry tree outside these defences, as much as I want it to stand, I also want it to look kind of nice. Hopefully all these defences are going to work. A little bit unsure though. I mean, yeah, they're dealing with some pretty tough guys. Anyway, I built a pathway leading up to the sort of portcullis area, or at least the first one, these 2 turrets. And I curved that round into the pathway that leads to the market atop the hill. There was still a whole bunch of work left to do to defend the city, and so I got back to it by building a few more walls. I headed down to the bay and I added these little turrets here, I guess crenelations, but these are kind of short, so I came back round and I built them up. But as you can see, there's a whole bunch of these to do. One of the problems with Thaldrim being so large is it doesn't really have the manpower to defend such large walls. It's still very much a new settlement in terms of its people, but it's grown quite quickly. It's got a lot of things. It's got a huge cathedral, but only about 100 people. And so we've got our castle, we've got our new defences, and if we come along to the waterfront, we got a few more. But will it be enough? You know, what sort of force are they going to be looking at defending against? Ruined it, my phone went off. Anyway, what sort of force are they going to be defending against? Who knows? Well, I know, because I made the episode. But you're going to find out now, in this story segment.
And so the night came, and through the cave they travelled. There in the pass stood a force of berserkers and fighters. The Terrible Two and the Hog Lord Bertram, Victor Armstrong and his family, united against the Earl of Thaldrim. But for the Earl, everything was quiet. The gentle ripples of the water calmed him as he stood on the edge of the wall, unaware of the enemy within.
And so, with the defences in place, that's all that can be done for now. Will the Earl be able to retreat from the wall and into the safety of his castle, and will it stand? Will the Earl still be the Earl on Monday's episode, or will the city of Thaldrim be under new management? Only time will tell. And speaking of time, I hope you have the most amazing morning. And as that time progresses on, I hope you have a fantastic and wonderful day. My name is Stephen, you've been watching MorningCraft, and I'll see you in the next episode on Monday morning. Hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful morning, and a wonderful weekend. I'll see you soon.